Hey, what's up, guys? Today we'll continue to talk about what is an investor's strategy. Okay, let's start. Artem has a good salary, there is not family yet, and on free money he plays on the stock exchange. From him, the stock market is rather hobbies and entertainment. He has no far goals, but in winter and in the summer he goes on vacation and tries to earn money by investment. By this time, it enters a short-term strategy. The profitability of short-term investments is much more dependent on temporary fluctuation in quotes of your assets than in the case of long-term investment. If you are mind at getting quick profit, you should be ready for serious losses, and investment requires control. Rate how much time plan to spend on investments. If you are not ready to constantly track changes in financial market, read news, and study the reporting of campaigns, your option is a passive strategy and is optional with long-term and medium-term investment. In this case, you do not need to pay a lot of to analyze to current situation. However, even with a passive approach, it is impossible to simply call it a portfolio and forget about it. Any investments require control. From time to time, you need to evaluate your assets and their risk in necessary object you set, for example, once a quarter or half a year. In additional to work, Yulia spends a lot of time on classes with the child. She is ready to become an investor, but she has no time to follow the stock market. Therefore, she is suitable for a passive strategy investors who are ready to respond quickly to news and trade laterally. Daily use an actual strategy. They chose tools that can drive maximum income and constantly track the best time with shopping and sales. Actual strategy allows you to go big profit, but it is connected with higher risk. The success of such a strategy depended on how correctly you assess the situation in the market, and you need to keep in mind that actual investors have to pay more commissions for the operation brokerage than the stock exchange that pays. Artem has time and desire to deal with the stock market. He is an actual investor every money, and the earnings studies financial reports tries not to miss any opportunity to earn and make many transactions when choosing an investment plan, consulting, including your own character and strategies require a lot of energy and strong analysis. If you are hard to expensive, a lot of money, and you can susceptible to panic, you should not start a risk game. Investment strategy are divided by risk levels for. Decide to which risk radius in the risk level. Investment strategies are divided into conservation, modernization, and highly discovered. Usually, the more potential profit from investments, the higher the probability of losing investment. A conservative strategy is suitable for those who do not want to put under the capital. The main goal of such investors is to protect your money from inflation. Most often, conservative investors choose that the paper of the large companies in precious metals if should not be expanded to vote for high yield from such investment. As a rule, it will be at the level of the K-bet of the Bank of Russia, sometimes slightly higher. However, such investment by brings more than investors on a bank deposit, especially if a person will use a tax deduction and the probability of damage is not very large. Ivan Nikolenko is absolutely not ready to lose selling its PlayStation portfolio, mainly of that balance with high rating, and some shares of the most rarely companies. Such a companies of the portfolio will allow it to increase the accumulation, not particularly worrying about their safety. If you on the correctly chase for maximum profit in the same time, you easily accept the loss of your investments, you will find a high roof or an aggressive strategy. More often, such an approach shows your young people who have time and effort to restore their savings in case of losses. Aggressive investors are often invested in shares undervaluable by the company market. Such papers can grow steadily and buying big profits and leave you with nothing. Artem every month allocation 10% of the salary of investment. He loves to risk and mainly in his portfolio shares of the second HLO's companies and derivative financial investments according to Artem and the expense the trust. His papers have good raw potential, but in case of failure, he is quite ready to say goodbye to his money. Most investors' skills prefer a moderate strategy. It involves two choices of financial instrument with different risk levels. For example, a trade of money can be investment in the most reliable bond states and largest companies, as well as Markets has sent to the shares of the first quality list and the shares of index mutual effects and a small part of the risk by potentially more profitable shares or bonds of media and small companies with the moderate strategies. The investor forms a balanced portfolio that allows you to get a higher yield than gonna stay, but at a less risk levels than aggressive. Yulia stopped on this strategy. He doesn't want to risk much, but the money for her goal will be needed not soon, so it is ready for a little loss. Yulia has advised 20 present in comparative bonds with a high rating, 20 present in office, 20 present in the shares of the largest companies, 30 present in stock effect, and another 10 present in shares of small and medium enterprises with good potential. The attitude of the investors to risk is often essential with how much time he is ready to spend onto the building. Moderate and conversation strategy usually do not assume high actually, while an aggressive investors can make dozens per day. Newcomers need to start investment and decide the strategy what do next. First, you need to understand the work of the stock exchange and the feature of different financial instruments. Select the portion method of trading will help the text where to invest in. After learning you are ready to trade yourself, choose a broker and proceed to investments. When you are still difficult to focus on the stocks exchange, you can refer to the investment advisor. He will tell you how to make an internal portfolio, and then if necessary you will help to update it. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.